Hi, and welcome to English Lovers by Hannity. Today, we are going to focus on the topic of tenses and the uses of the tenses. We are going to bring forward whatever the important things that come out of the topic, and we're going to see that what are the different uses and how the tenses have been used or are to be used in different cases. So, without any wastage of time, let's move on to the topic. It is pertinent to note that the time and tenses both are different concepts. We should not mix them up. The main thing is that. So time is same for everybody, okay? For you, for me, for everybody. It is divided into three categories: past, present, and future. We know, okay? But the tenses of the verbs, which means like action, the tenses of the actions do not always fit into the past, present, or future. Okay, action cannot always fix into the past, present, or future. It means to say tenses of the action cannot fix into past, present, or future always. So we have their uses accordingly. Sometimes we use the past tense, sometimes we use the present tense. Okay, so for example, if we say the sentence, if it rains, I shall stay at home. If it rains, I shall stay at home. In this sentence, both the verbs refer to the future time. If it rains, I shall stay at home. But the first verb is in the simple present tense. If we look at if it rains, it is in present indefinite one, as it is in the conditional clause. There is a reason for being it in the present indefinite, that is because of the conditional clause. As it is a conditional clause, we have to keep it like that. The conditional sentences, we need to learn about them. Okay. Now, so the tense indicates the time of the action. It's clear. It's quite clear to everybody now that the tense is that grammatical term which indicates the time of the verb or the state of the verb. Okay, so it signifies two things. One is like time of the action or time of the or the state of the action. So that has been signified by the tense itself. Okay, so we can say that when tense signifies more on the action than on the state of the action, okay, the sentences formation are different. Like when we say present indefinite tense and we say that there is some action happen, then we can say that there is some action verb present in that. But when we say state of action, the verb used to be like verb of incomplete predication. Okay, so that is the third category of the verb. Like one is transitive, one is intransitive. Okay, and third is verb of incomplete predication. In the state of action, usually we do what? We say, like for example, if I say present indefinite tense and I want to use state of action rather than the action happens. Okay, he is fat. If I say he is fat, we know that fat is the word which is acting as a complement added. Okay, when the complement is added to the verb to make it meaningful, then we don't have the action verb, we have the verb which actually tell us about the state of action rather than the action itself. Okay, so state of the noun or state of the subject also. Okay, so this is one example for the same. Okay, now we are going to look at the three of the tenses, that how these three tenses are to be used and what are the different uses of all of these tenses. So without wastage of time, let's move on to the first topic, that is simple present tense. Now let us look at simple present tense and its use. Okay, so what is simple present tense? The tense which actually signifies that the action has to happen when it is the regular in the present period of time. Okay, when the action happens in the present period of time on the regular basis, we use simple present tense, or we say present indefinite tense. Okay, now what are the different uses of the present simple or simple present tense, or whatever we say present indefinite? First use is like it is used to express the universal truth and the situations or the facts which are permanent, which are not going to be changed, okay, which are permanent one. Like for example, the sun rises in the east, mosquitoes cause malaria. It is a permanent fact that mosquitoes cause malaria, okay, definitely. Like flies cannot cause malaria, only mosquitoes, that is a fact. So when it is a fact or a universal truth, everybody knows that, then the tense is to be used is always the present indefinite tense. Now second use is to express the habitual action, like action on the regular basis. For example, if I say cats drink milk, this is also a very fine example. Like here the cats are in the habit of drinking the milk every day, or they have the habit of it. That means habitual action. When we talk about the habitual action, we use the simple present tense. Okay, now let's look at the third use. In third use, we say it is used to express the actions in the immediate present. Immediate present means like instantaneous present. For example, to express what is actually taking place in the immediate present. Like for example, here comes a leader. Right at the moment of your speaking, if somebody is coming towards you and you want to say that at the immediate present the action is taking place, you can say here, we can't say that here is coming the leader, we will say here comes the leader. Okay, so it is quite natural, and the sentence becomes an exclamatory sentence. Here exclamation sign comes at the end. See how it looks. So there again the tense is present indefinite but exclamatory sentence. Okay, when we try to express the immediate present with the present indefinite tense, we try to use exclamatory sign at the last. Okay, we tend to use. So then the second use comes like to express things that happen in a flash, often in our mind, not in reality but often in our mind. Okay, exactly the way if we reflect our ideas that I agree with you, that also happens in our brain. Okay, that also happen in our mind. Okay, I rely on your support. Okay, like I rely that I believe on your support, or I'm based on your support. So there again we're talking about the immediate present. In such cases also we use the present indefinite tense. In the third case, how it comes the immediate present, when somebody is showing people how to do something, like make a cake. For example, like we are telling that what is the method of making a cake. Okay, or we usually used to see that what put some ingredients into that. For example, when we particularly talk about and speaking as well as acting at the same time, when we say, okay, like when we say it as well as we do the act of the same. I take 2 cups of flour, strain and put it into a bowl, and I make a well in the flour, and then I break an egg into the well. Okay, so I have told the process here. When we say some process, we are using it in the immediate present. So in that case also present indefinite is getting used. Subject plus verb first form, that is present form of verb, then s or es in the case of singular subject, and there is no s or es in the case of plural one. Okay, so those rules are different one. Okay, we are not talking about the construction, we are talking about different uses. Okay, here we are talking about the fourth use now coming your way. So when we want to indicate the present period, okay, when we want to indicate the present period of time, okay, there also we try to use the present indefinite. like my brother works in a factory, or our house has large windows. So that is again the present period of time. Okay, our house has large windows. In the present period, it is like that. Our house is carrying two, or like has a large window. Sorry. Then to express a future fixed action, like the school holidays begin next week. So future fixed action. Here we are focusing more on fixed action. So begin next week. Definitely the school holidays begin next week. Okay. The match starts at 5 p.m. The future juncture here is fixed one. So that is why 5 p.m. is the timing given there. So whenever the future fixed action is to be expressed, we can use the present indefinite to show that. Or if we want to show like there is some sort of ownership or the relationship, okay, like ownership, this car belongs to Mr. Gupta. Okay, so she has two sons. So when we're talking about the relation, again we are using like we are not trying to show any action, we are trying to show the state. Okay, she has two sons, she owns two sons. So ownership or relationship, whenever we want to express, we use present and indefinite. Then if we want to say like with the verb of perception, like see, hear, smell, taste and feel, we use present. I see her. We never use it for the present continuous. I am seeing. Okay, but we say I see her enjoying every moment. Okay, I see her enjoying every moment. Okay, he feels for the poor. Okay, the rose smells sweet. Okay, so the verbs which are actually the verbs of like are different senses. Okay, see, hear, smell, taste and feel. So for them we use the present indefinite mostly in the dramatic narratives, like uh, in the anxious, in this example, like in the anxious spectators, the persons who used to watch, okay, spectators wait for the match to start. Okay, one thing, here comes the referee with the whistle in his hand. Okay, we're trying to show that everything. Okay, right at the immediate here, actually in the dramatic narrative it comes the effect of immediate present also. The ball goes up in the air and the match starts with excitement. So when we are trying to make any sort of dramatic of something real sense of the present, we use here comes, like it looks like very dramatic in itself when we speak these statements like that. The ball goes up in the air and the match starts with excitement. So in that case also we use present and definite one. So then the next use comes is in conditional clauses. Like I mentioned that in the beginning, in the first example itself, I mentioned that he if he works hard, he will succeed. This is again one of the example which tells that in the first conditional clause we've used the present indefinite, and in the next clause, which is the full clause, or it is not depending upon anything, so in that clause we are using future one. So that is the first conditional we are using. Okay, and again if we say unless he runs he will not win, that is also one of the example. Okay, so then in case we want to use not in the conditional clauses but also in the time clauses, not only in the conditional clauses but also in the time clauses, we use present indefinite. For example, like the time clauses are introduced, which are introduced by the conjunction of the time, like when, while, until, till, after, as soon as, no sooner than. So in those cases we use that one. Okay, and the next clause definitely used to be the different one. Okay, like when you reach Chennai, one example, I shall meet you. So future one in the next one, previous one is the present indefinite. Again the second one is I'll stay there, that is the full clause, principal one. Till you come home back, come home or come back, or till you come back. So when you say till you come back, there again what we are saying is the second clause is carrying the present. This second clause which starts from till is carrying the present indefinite one. You come back, you then come, because you is exceptional case. There we don't use s or es with singular. That is why you come back. So in scientific facts also we use the present indefinite tense. Like for example, we say water freezes at 0 centigrade. So that is also one of the example to tell you that how the present indefinite is to be used and where the present indefinite is to be used. Now it comes like how the simple present is to be written. I told you earlier somehow a little bit of information I have given you, that is subject plus verb, then s or es in the case of singular, okay, third person singular subject, and then that's the basic construction. For the negative sentence we need do or does, do for the plural and does for the singular, and I and you will always remain exceptional cases. Okay, with those one we apply the plural subjects rule, I and you, remember that. So this is it in this video. Okay, but in the next video we are going to bring you the present continuous tense or present perfect tense along. Otherwise I'll be focusing on each of the tense separately and be making the short videos. This is a little bit of the longer one because it is the introductory video. So kindly go through the video carefully so that all the points are to be clear to you, they're crystal clear, and go slowly. Let me tell you, just watch the video till the end so that my time is also going to be increased, as well as you are going to understand the concept thoroughly only then. So God bless you all. Take care. Subscribe to the channel, share my videos, and hit the bell icon to get the update of my videos. It is time to say bye bye. Take care. Good night. Bye bye.